So there are 3 essential steps for healthy boundaries. And the first one is to create the boundary. The second one is to state what the boundary is, so to verbalize it. And the third one is to maintain that boundary at all times. So we could use the example of a upcoming job, perhaps, that they have asked you to heavily discount your rates, your day rates, or your wage. So, it never feels good when you have to work for far less than you feel valued at, or to work for free. So for you to create the boundary of what you will accept and what you won't, and get really clear on that, what makes you feel comfortable and what doesn't, because your boundary is so individual to you and not to anyone else. So the first step is to create. So what do you need? You, in this example, need to be crystal clear on what it is that you are willing to accept pay-wise. And then the second step is to state that boundary. So to clearly communicate what it is that your boundary is to the other person, with the knowing that their reaction may not always be comfortable. So the person will only know you to be a certain way. So it may come as quite a surprise to them when you start pushing back and saying that this doesn't feel good for you. So once communicating what your boundary is to the person, it's so important to really connect into your why and why this doesn't feel good to you. And then to completely separate yourself from their reaction to your boundary. So we are not responsible for other people's emotions or reactions to the world around them. And as I said before, they may be used to you behaving in a particular way, which may be, oh, okay, yes, I'll do it for free, or yes, I'll do it for X, Y, and Z fees, when it doesn't feel good to you. So that's the second step, to state it. And then the third is to maintain your boundary. So this is super, super important. So to keep your word on what your boundary is, and maintain it. So if you're not maintaining your boundary, people will continue to push back on you and push you back into your old ways. So this is a super, super important step, because if you've put in the groundwork of understanding what it is that you need by creating it and then verbalizing it and stating it, then if you don't continue to maintain it, people will continue to push you over. So, you may move into feelings of guilt or feeling selfish because you're putting yourself first, but this is how we move forward and create our self-protection. So it's so important to hold our ground and to continue to push back so that we don't fall back into old patterns of behavior. And in doing this, by creating, stating, and maintaining our boundaries, we are showing our self-worth.